water up there, just goes uphill all the way.
All right, good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
Welcome to our April 11th Road and Shop meeting. Mr. Bill, could we have the roll call, please? Let me turn this phone off.
I'm ready. You got him? Mr. Bird,
Yeah.
Mr. Garcia,
Here.
Mr. Taylor,
Here.
Mr. Spovido.
Here.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, all members of the committee are present.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Bill, would you lead us in a prayer and Eric in a pledge, please?
Most kind, gracious Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this day, for the opportunity to meet, to discuss the needs of the parish. We ask thy kindness be with us, guide us, that we might know those things that please thee, and might act upon them. We ask special blessing on all the members of government, from federal, state, and local level, that they may be guided by thy will. And we ask these things most in the name of Jesus Christ, the Son of the Lord. Amen.
Amen.
We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I forgot that thing since grade school until I started coming up here. What you laughing at, Ed?
No,
Thinking it's been a long time since I was in grade school.
just a few
In a
years.
while, ain't
Just a few years.
Wish I could call, start over.
Yeah, really. All
Still
right,
young thing.
moving on to item, amend the agenda. I have one amendment. We'll add as, that's on Village, is that Village Street or Village Road? Village Drive. To discuss, handicap on Village Drive. We'll do that as 11A. Are there any other amendments?
Can I add a couple of items? One is I'd like to discuss the speed limit parish-wide on our gravel and dirt roads. And
Okay.
then I would also like to discuss the compactor station superintendent, his base pay.
Oh, yeah.
The who now?
Barry Goss.
The
That would
compactor
probably
station,
be
his
covered
superintendent.
under a solid waste committee.
Oh, he's under solid waste?
Yes. Oh, Barry, if you're talking about
That
Barry,
is who I'm talking
yeah,
about.
that would be discussed in a solid waste meeting,
Okay,
not on the road.
I'm
shop.
sorry, I thought he was under the road department. I'll withdraw that.
Okay, anything else? All right, let's just do that speed limit at 11B. While we there with that. All right, do I now need I have any public comments on the amendment? Okay, moving on, I need a motion.
I'll make your motion.
Motion to amend,
I'll second.
Bird, and second by Eric. All right, now I need a motion to adopt.
I'll
the
make that
amendment.
motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Now I need a motion to adopt.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Eric. Bird. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carried. Did I work out of that one, Bill? Got it? Okay. All right, any public comments about any items on the agenda?
Well, you talking about the one Barry just brought up? The 25?
No,
That'd
that'd
be
be
the next.
later. That's 11B.
All right.
That'd be 11B. Okay, moving on to item 8 to be discussed, Long Road right of way. We have the ladies here from Long Road, and a few meetings back, y'all remember we were going to update these ladies on maybe the new owners talked about maybe building a new road in there. Bobby has spoke with the owners of there, and Bobby, you have the update on that?
Well, they talked, yeah, I did talk to them, and they still have an interest, but it's just gaining property. And at this time, they're just, they have an interest still, but obtaining the property seems to be an issue, so. You know, we can't, I guess, we have plans for 25 to overlay that road.
Right.
And, you know, they would like to have a new road coming in there. It's wider, it's bigger, but they're still at the, you know, point we were way back then. They'd like to have it, but it doesn't seem to be a possibility right now.
Your right of ways is meaning to
They
get
can't
wide,
get property to build a road.
They
Property.
build
there.
a new road
The
or
property that's there is air property, and it's tied up, and doesn't seem to be any resolution to it.
but it's to build a new road or to
Yeah.
widen the existing road?
Build a new road.
Well, we're talking about two different things. We have plans on our PTA list. We have plans to overlay the existing road. And so the new racetrack owners would like to build a completely new road. They would like to buy additional property and build a road themselves. And that's what we're talking about. That doesn't seem like it's gonna happen. They're not able to obtain the property. So then we're where we are right now.
Right.
We have plans to do that road, and I think we're gonna talk about, are we interested in maybe obtaining right away to widen that road, or are we gonna build it as is?
While we were on this topic, I was gonna let him update the ladies about his meeting with the owners. And like I said, it seems to be a setback for the property owners there. There's a lot of arid property, so I guess that's just same as it was.
Yeah.
But now on this topic, we would like to discuss the right of way itself. You get y'all ladies' ideas on it. From what it looks like, you know, the road's gonna be there. It goes to the racetrack. We plan to hard surface it. What was it, oil sand
Oil sand, asphalt,
or whichever one. So I guess what we need to do, or what we would like to do, is discuss with y'all to give us both agree to give us more room as buy your place to get in there. So now with that agreement, it'd be purchased the right of way. I know Bobby has had it surveyed before. And so, I mean, this is up for discussion. Because we need to move, we're going to have to really move forward with it because it's already planned. We can't wait on the track. In 2 years from now, they may come in and say, no, we're going to build a big widening well. Then, we can't wait 2 years to see what they want to do. So it's a public road. I know it's probably a thorn for y'all at times, but nevertheless, the track has been there for 20 plus years. And it's a public road. You can't stop people from going to the track, going to the races or whatever. So, but we just like to have a good agreement with y'all. Just see what our options are.
Where are y'all's property at?
Both sides.
Y'all on both sides?
Yeah, both sides of the road, almost half the road really is what we have. And the other half is, it's about how many property owners? There's 3 of us on the half, and then there's a non-resident past us. There's nobody lives past us. So,
Right.
and where we live, there's trees on both sides of the roads. It's narrow, it's been that way. Actually, it was even narrower when the racetrack first started, but they took all the way up to the trees. They couldn't plow anymore. But I want to comment first on about the new owner wanting the roads. There is now, when was the last time I spoke to him? I can't remember the name of the owners of the property back behind the racetrack that joins into Garner Road. I did speak to them, I want to say it was last year, possibly year before. No, either last year or year before. they will sell. So I don't know if he's talked to them. I mean, there's other properties, you know, like he's saying, air properties, I don't know about possible property, talk to them, right? They might, you know, they might sell, I don't know, but that particular property back there, they will sell. And they will also lease a road. They will do that. So, I mean, they're open to that. I can't remember the name of the company. I mean, we could look on the owner. I remember it used to be, Boise Cascade on the plat.
Yeah.
So I think it's still Boise, but it has a different name somehow or another, I don't know.
They
Okay.
might-
So that came up in conversation too, of options. One option would be for them to build a road to join Garner Road. But then they're still in the same spot. That really wouldn't benefit them, because Garner Road is still a very narrow road. You know, if they're wanting to build they're wanting to buy property and build a private road that's super wide for all their heavy, you know, big car trailers and stuff to come in. Not come down and to build a road to join yet another narrow parish road.
Well, that Garner Road is actually wider than Long Road, and it has ditches. Ditches, that's what Long Road doesn't have. And if you surface it, you're gonna need ditches for water runoff. So Garner Road, I mean, is a better road.
Y'all just don't want to widen in front of y'all's house.
That's it, yeah. I mean, it's not a lot of property there, and we want to keep what we have, and,
So you wouldn't be interested in selling any of the right of way?
10 foot.
well, we don't want to, you know, we want to keep what we
Right.
have.
I understand.
But, you know, if it comes down to that point, I mean, you know, we always thought, well, police is gonna take it, they're gonna steal it. I mean, if it comes down to that, you got the money, Bob,
We do.
purchase, you know?
I've been here 12 years and we don't steal nothing. So, I
Well,
mean, I can only speak, you know, but no, I mean, yeah, I understand it's your property, you know,
When the racetrack first started, you met a car, somebody had to back up.
right.
All right, nobody paid for the property that the police street took. And, they took, in fact, on the agenda, or what do you call it, the ledger, the work ledger, they widened it, was it 8 foot, I think it was? Nobody got paid, So,
I don't know the history on the road, cause like I said, it's been a road. I don't know the history on it, but you know, I know through my experience, there's a lot of roads out there that are dedicated roads that the parish has maintained. Some are 20 feet, some are 15, some are 30. So, you know, there's really no document saying the width, how wide they are. They were just, you know, taken in then and maintained. Uh, so, you know, and I guess my question is, and like I said, y'all may not know the answer today, but I would like for y'all to consider it as giving the parish more right of way there. You know, think about it, you know, and get back with Bobby or whatever. But you know, we plan to hard surface the road in 25 next year, and unless these numbers come up with a road, I mean, it's going to be hard surfaced. So.
I think everyone just misspoke. We're not looking to give right.
Give, right.
We're looking to sell right.
Sale, yes.
and how do you determine the price?
Well, it's
Fair market value.
basically we'd have to do for a fair market value.
Have
On
to have it appraised.
Who determines what the fair market value is?
an appraiser. We got a person that works for a firm that does all our appraisal work for us. And what they do, they compare it to properties around there. So,
Yeah.
and then once you get the price of it, and you know, if it's not what you think it is, well then basically that's all the parish can give you for it. So, because you know the law only lets us give up the fair market value. So, but look, it's something I know is something y'all think about it, you know, and get back with Bobby or Bill or myself, and because you know, to me, that's the only options we're coming down to.
I don't want, I really don't want to be surprised by anything. I would like to know in advance, y'all are voting.
Well, we don't really know yet until somebody goes and appraises it, and then at that time, you know, we'll be in touch with y'all and let you know, well, this is what the fair market value of this right away is. Give with you, and then y'all would say either yay or nay, and then then at that time, uh, I don't think it won't really be no negotiate because we can only give what the fair market value is.
At what point does an appraiser come in?
Well, whenever we get them to.
I think right now, our plan, you say you want to know our plan, I think right now, our plan is that our plan is to overlay that road at 15-foot width. And that's what it started out to be, 15-foot width. Unless y'all are willing to sell right away. And if that's something that you're interested in doing, that's the whole purpose of us doing the survey, is to determine what's actually on the ground. Because really none of us really know. We think it might be, but until it's surveyed, then we didn't know. So that's why we invested in the survey to do this right and accurate. And if you are interested in maybe selling right away, then we can initiate an
Appraiser.
and determine that value.
And how much are you talking about needing, 10 foot?
Yeah, much as you know. I think 10 foot will be fine. 5 foot will be both sides.
8 to 10 foot.
Yeah.
In other words, some big trees that have to come out.
So,
And when you say 10 feet, like Bobby said, that's 5 feet on one side of the road and 5 feet on the other side of the road.
But going down that thing, if I can remember correct, the big trees are on the right side when you're going in, right?
there's trees on both
Yeah,
sides.
both
That's
sides.
been
Trees
there
on
both
for
sides.
200 years.
Yeah.
It's never been touched by no police bureau. And when we bought the property, it was a 10-foot cover. And Mr. Gordon Anthony came in later, before he passed away, he put a 30-something foot cover down, and we didn't know that, we wouldn't know. So that road had a 10-foot cover, and the cover is still buried on the road. So it's a 10-foot road, we bought the property. So it was never worked.
No wagon trail.
Yep. So they need to decide if they're willing to sell at fair market and let you know.
Exactly.
And how many feet? I mean, I guess we'd have it surveyed to see how many feet we need, because if the big trees are on both
And
sides,
if you are, then we'll assume the cost of hiring the appraiser. But if you're not,
You know, all the landowners is the commercial. I mean, even Biles is gonna say it too, it's all commercial.
well, that appraisal will know that.
Yeah, that one property in Nexus was sold, I forgot, something like 40,000 an acre, something
Oh,
like
it ain't
that.
gonna be that.
Yeah.
That's behind, that's, down close to the creek, it was sold for $40,000.
No. But
Well-
it's something like that.
I say
Some high
blacktop for
number.
15
I don't
foot, be
remember the
done
exact
with
number.
Well,
Uh,
do you have, well, look, y'all think about it, come up with a number even before we go get it appraised, because if it's a number that we know we're not gonna bet it, there's no need in getting an appraiser to appraise it.
So an idea what we would want for the
Yes.
property if we do it?
Yes. And then let's just say 5 feet on each side, have a length from the right of way, from the state right of way to past your properties, or to where it kind of widens. Just give us a ballpark idea of what you're talking about. And like I said, that would probably be the best starting point, is give us an idea, because, and like I said, there's no need in getting an appraiser there if we know there's a number that we can't do.
Well, a couple of questions. Well, for one thing, the road is different, varies in width. Okay, so when you say 5 foot on each side, at what width are you actually trying to,
Well-
obtain, so.
Well, we maintain 15 feet right now. the parish does, roughly? Is that what you said,
That's the,
15?
that's the traveling service.
The traveling
Now, beyond their property, we do have road issues, and we do have, more right of way, if you will.
Yeah.
Up in the front, it's pretty confined.
Right.
That was because it was donated to y'all. It was not there
I
before.
understand.
I
I'm
mean,
just
the fence
saying,
was torn down, the fence was moved back in those days, because we got pictures where it was moved back.
okay,
And who, suppose we sell, who moves the fence? I mean,
I mean,
y'all move the fence?
I'm not moving the fence.
I don't wanna move
well,
it.
that's part of the property, purchase that we're talking about, whatever.
So that would have to be in.
Move your fence.
It's been there for years. And the picket fence we put up because of the.
Does it hold animals in there or just for property line?
It's both. It's both.
I mean, if it's any tooting, we should be tooting across the road because we don't want to move fence.
Yeah, there's part of that property that we have between the three of us, three residences, is there's nothing there, just, so, no residential, we don't really use that part of the property, in other words, there's trees. So, that little section there, where we have that big tall picket fence, the wooden fence, we really don't want to give that up. I mean, if we have to give anything up, we'd rather be on the other side where we don't use that. And all we do is go pick berries and stuff over there. But there's trees over there, there's trees.
So what you said is you don't want to do 5 on each side, you want to do more to one side.
It depends on
Okay,
what part of the road we're at, yeah.
Well,
So,
in saying that, come up with a number.
What side and how much?
Yes. Bobby, if you don't mind, could you go down there and kind of get an idea what the ladies are talking about? Get us a length from the state right away off of 171 to where it widens down
We
there.
have that on the survey, I don't mind doing it.
Okay. Well, long as we got it, we're this committee be able to look at a map and say,
See
okay,
how
this is
long,
what
how
it
long
is. Yeah.
distance it is.
See the linear feet on it, and if it's 10 feet wide or 8 feet wide or whatever we decide. Mr. Bill,
What?
you got any input on this?
Oh, yeah.
You do? Okay.
We're doing this just.
I see you, but Go ahead.
I'd like to bring up something. too.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, before I forget, she wanted to bring up this thing about the spraying. This is kind of not the road thing. Are y'all gonna spray this? Are you gonna spray again this year? You sprayed for the first time last year. Are you gonna spray, for weeds? Yeah, herbicide.
The guys that you sent somebody for a spray, I can't get around in that spray.
We're gonna put
I got
no
doctor's statements where I cannot be around, I can't even smell that stuff. So,
But
I'm not supposed to be around.
take it off the list.
But back to the road. So y'all had it surveyed, and the surveyor was done after Mr. Bobby removed a barricade that I had in front of the house. The house is like middle ways. Had metal stakes, and
Yeah.
legally, a barricade is a fence, so a fence and barricade is synonyms. I've looked at, I have a whole stack of definitions. It's to keep something out or to
Hey, can
keep something in.
I call you back
We put
in?
a metal barricade in 1995 when the
Just call this
racetrack first started to keep the traffic off the grass.
Thank you.
We had a long iron pipe, which is so heavy I cannot pick it up. And then we had metal stakes, and we put reflectors and signs, keep off grass and everything. Well, Mr. Bobby came, was it last year?
A couple years ago.
Yeah. And he, it is kind of what do you call it? It's not, what's the word? I have better words, like, you drive down the road, it looks like it ought to be the road instead of our front yard. Okay, I understand that because of the horde of traffic, but it's ours. Doesn't belong to the road. And I have evidence here showing back in 1995 where those stakes were in place. That metal pipe is there. And I mean, I can show y'all just going, and then I have pictures of right before he removed the stakes, right after he scraped the first time with that grater, and then he scraped it again the second time, and he removed a bunch of cactuses that were behind the barricade.
Flowers have been there for 30 years.
I tried to explain to him before he told me he was gonna do that, and I told him, but he didn't want to hear my side, he said, no, it's going to be done, so he brought officers out twice, and well, 3 times, really.
Do you remember why we did? Because you were laying on the road when we moved.
I did not lay in, no, what are you?
She was not laying.
The only time, I never laid, no, the only time that I actually got in the way of the machine was the third time the officer come out. And I didn't get, and the officer was out there before I even got in the way, and why?
But you need to point out that anything over $3,000, we don't have to go to liquidation.
No, and the reason I got in the way is because
Unless
you
you're gonna
were,
do $3,000.
cutting into the trees, and let me ask, please do this.
$3,000.
All right, so there's a section where there's no fence, there's just trees, there's trees, anywhere from all different sizes, I think the largest tree is maybe like that. Does the police tree own the trees,
Okay,
or is that
I'm
our
trying
tree?
to, okay.
How can the
Which side of
police
the
tree
property
have
line?
those trees?
What side of the property line was it?
It's on, it's our property, it's our property, but it's alongside the road. Okay, so that big bush hog that goes up in the air was there going past the trees and, I mean, scarred up to those trees. And that's, I told him, I said, just be, I said, keep within the line, I told him. And I had to go to the doctor's appointment. Then I see he was going beyond the fence line, and I did take pictures. I didn't bring those pictures with me, but I mean, I took pictures. I mean, he scarred up those trees bad. And,
You got a cedar tree that was not on police year's property.
that was where, on the other side of the fence. But I'm talking about where there's no fence. That's our trees. I mean, I don't think that police has the right to go banging on our trees. So,
And honest to God, she was not.
Listen, we ain't got no established.
She was
so
not laying in.
I'd like to hear from y'all. So trees, who did the trees belong to from your point of view?
Somehow this excuse brought up, but she was not laying alone. She did go stand and tell the tractor not to scar the tree, but she didn't lay in the road.
Who did the
And
trees?
that's the honest
Trees
God.
like this, all different sizes
He's
like this,
wrong.
a line of trees right alongside the road. Are y'all claiming those trees? Or are they? From your point of view?
Bobby, you'll have to answer that as far as the trees, but, I hear what you say and I hear your concerns, but as of right now, we passed all that. That's done happen.
I'm sorry, I turned.
We
That volume turned on.
we at the point now to where if you want to, if you're interested in giving us, selling us right away,
We understand.
that's where we at.
And we'll go for that.
And as far as what's happened, all that stuff that's behind us, I mean,
Well,
it's
that's
done.
part of the right of way. We're talking about what is right of way, what is not, because the first day that he come out with the officer, I asked him, I said, please tell me where the edge of the right of way is. I said, please point to the edge before you get started. I want to know, I want to agree on something. Tell me where the edge of the right of way. He could not point to the edge of the right of way. He pointed like 300 feet down toward that other culvert. But we want an agreement, where's the right of way, where's not the right of way. And,
Well, it sounds like nobody knows where the right of way's at.
well,
Oh,
we know where the right of way is. It is clearly marked. From 1995, we clearly marked it with stakes.
Y'all marked it with a surveyor.
We marked it, we had it surveyed, yes.
We had a
But-
lawyer in Shreveport that he knew where the right of way was.
And the police chief has never even bothered this until he came along 2 years ago. Never bothered.
I'd like to just say this.
Yeah.
That when we went out there and kind of what they're talking about, that they're steel pipe that's laying on the ground. We went out there to Drake Road. Every time we Drake Road, there's been issues. In the very beginning, I think you both remember this. When I first came, you met them. And before we did anything, we were always very respectful. I walked with you. Y'all would show me vines and trees and shrubs and plants that were medicinal that you used. You remember this?
Yeah,
Walked
that's not what the barricade is.
I understand, but we were very accommodating of your request. But it got to a point where it is a public road. And we've had this conversation, it is a public road, and it's a public road for your use and for anyone else. And we had a business that was operating, and there were trees and limbs that were growing out of the road that were disrupting traffic and hitting vehicles. So it's our responsibility to keep those cut back, so they don't interfere with traffic. So we went through, and the length of your property, we've always walked through there and hand cut that.
I mean, that's
One of them, I think, last time or time before last, we did cut, we did cut, because we had an inmate tree before you went. And one of the guys cut a tree that we should.
You can get.
I
And
understand.
I said,
Y'all-
if y'all pick out a tree that you like, and we'll buy it and replace it, we're sorry, we made a mistake.
I know that.
But y'all aren't wanting to
But
do
you
that.
never
You
said,
want
I'm
to write
sorry
about
for
it.
this part. You never said, I'm sorry for removing the.
I'm
barricade.
sorry, I'm not sorry for removing the barricade.
So that's what I want to
But-
agree on, where is the edge of the right of
So
way?
when we were out there the last time, when she's talking about River Granite Road, we talked about this the last time they were in this room. I had pictures. I took pictures as well, because I knew this would happen. I put flags in the ground for the grader to cut. I said, cut to this point and to that point. I got a shovel and I cut back into their flower bed of sorts and found the edge of the road, which there was this existing asphalt in there. That's the road that was laid forever ago. And at that point is where we began cutting. We removed anything that was overgrown, anything that was placed there. There were some steel pipes. There were some pipes that were extremely unsafe. There were, I don't know if they're I-beams that were just sticking straight up out of the ground. They were placed in
They've
the
been there for
ground.
30 years.
I offered to put up something other than iron. He says, no, they gotta go. You know,
We removed overgrowth that was to the existing asphalt. That's what we did.
Well, and like I said, we at the point now,
I know that
y'all can, I mean, we could sit here and argue all day long about this, but we at the point now to where you either interested in selling the property, the right of way, whatever Bobby decides that we need, of it 5 feet, 4 feet, 10 feet. That's where we at now. You know, and Mr. Bill, our Secretary Treasurer just informed me that we could pay up to $3,000. Anything over than $3,000, the law don't let us do it. So, we'll just have to hard surface what we maintaining now, which is the 15 feet.
Our attorney had talked to us before about it. He said that, Jerry had discussed with the racetrack that they had to purchase the property.
The racetrack people
He
did?
said the racetrack owners had. to
No,
purchase the
no.
the road serves
So-
only them. It serves nobody else but them.
But it's a
'Cause we
parish,
have our own assets.
it's a parish road though.
property.
And it's been a parish road since, you know,
I have no idea.
I don't think the racetrack people would go purchase it just to, I mean,
If I own a road, it's purchased
you know,
by-
so.
That's what's left of the cactuses. Second scrape. First scrape, there's a whole line of cactuses. So, and here's 1995. I just showed it to you. You can see where we clearly marked the edge of the property, and there's that long iron pipe. And then these stakes have remained in place undisturbed by the police jury until 2 years ago. And I want that respect in Mr. Bobby. I really do. I want that. I mean, I won't be scared for the police jury to come down the road if I knew that we could agree and you would please respect that. I mean, I understand that you wanted to scrape that, but it wasn't clear because you couldn't even point out where the right of way was. If we could agree, and by having that barricade removed, that leaves open for the traffic to run over what's left. And that's what happened that year after you removed it.
Actually, what
The
we
cactus that
have-
was left,
we have-
the
we
traffic
have,
ran over it.
Racers going down the road, donkeys.
I mean,
that-
we
they-
shouldn't
they-
have to
they
pay
try to tear the fence down,
ourselves
they try to
for
run into
racetrack
it, They
traffic.
drunk, they throwing out bottles, they throw out crack pipes all over that road. It needs to be taken care of by the laws. They don't come up there, they don't take care of it. And I mean, it's gonna cause more problems of children on four-wheelers getting killed.
There's gotta
There's
be a
gonna
way to
accidents on that road because they come out on four-wheelers.
survey
They
this
speed through there,
and determine
they
where
do
the
all kinds
boundaries
of
are.
stuff. And
And once that's done, that's it.
That's it.
Nobody cares.
So
Well-
that's where you need to start.
Yeah.
Before we widen the road, you're gonna have to do a survey on it, make sure we're within our,
We've got the
we've
survey
done
on.
that. So we're within our legal boundaries of
Yes.
the survey.
We are. And what we're
That's what
doing
we're gonna,
now,
that's what we're gonna resurface and that's where. we need to go.
Yes. Unless these ladies are willing to sell some more pieces extra for the width of the road, right of way.
So you saying with the survey that we got, you still
we're good.
need it? Are you good?
No. The reason we're having this conversation today is because the ladies have expressed interest, for anything from here to there. We're trying to be respectful of their concerns and offer. They don't want, I don't know what they want.
But
I'm sorry, but we're trying to.
But once
be respectful of them.
yes,
Offer the option, if they want to sell and us widen.
Well, we
The
will,
front.
we will on the
Okay.
other side of the road, but not on the
Okay.
side that makes the property narrow.
okay. Well, if it's on the other
Make it
side,
narrow, it's gonna be skinnier on that side.
well, if it's on the other side of the road, that'll be fine. But once we get it surveyed, once we determine of whatever footage is on or wherever the land's at on that side, it will be the new stakes. And this is where the parish owns. This is where the maintains. And then and like I said, from what happened previous up to date, we can't control that. We don't know what happened in 92 or 95. All we can do is try to fix the problem today.
Right.
That's all we're trying to do.
The only problem, I don't wanna move the picket fence because
Well-
if I'm out in my garden and some kid comes up there and throws a bottle and hits me, I've been slung by bottles and all kinds of stuff, and I'm tired. I'm tired.
Well, let me, okay, well, I'm talking now, I'm not going back to 95. Here, I think it was this last year, I believe it was, and the last 2 years for sure. I understand y'all are accommodating racetrack, and the racetrack traffic, okay, but, all right, so in the last 2 or 3 years, okay, at the racetrack, their fence used to be up on top of the hill. Okay, so then Mr. Bubba, he brought the fence down to the bottom of the hill. Okay, so that closed off some of the road, which I guess would have been public. Now it would be private, I suppose. He put a gate up and then he left it open, so it's open now. So are y'all claiming that or are you not? Okay, so
That's at the
now-
racetrack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, so I have that barricade I've been talking about that's been there since 1995. Y'all can just remove that barricade and yet let the police jury let the racetrack take his fence and go further down and claim all the gravel that the police jury put on the road. Okay, and then on top of that, in November of 2023, behind that fence, police jury went and put gravel on that part there.
Yeah,
See,
all
here's the
around
fence where the
driveway.
racetrack lowered the fence down to the bottom of the hill. So, I mean, why are y'all favoriting the
And that was
racetrack
illegal.
owner? I'm not talking about the
Y'all put rock gravel
why
at the
can't we
racetrack?
keep our
Yeah, and there was
barricades?
a loop that went around by that trailer.
Yeah, it was a
and the
circle
mailbox
drive.
was all up there. I mean, the police jury used to put gravel around there for the mail to go around. And all of a sudden, he gets to pull the mailboxes up, move it way down the road to where it goes into the field, and y'all give him the property.
And why can't we keep our little barricade?
I
Why?
don't know anything about us putting
Well,
rock.
I do.
Well, I called you about it. You said, yes, we were there yesterday. I did call you about it. Yes,
When we
you
do,
did.
when we
See,
grade the road, we
Yeah.
have to have a place at the end of the road.
I have, there's the date. I
We
mean,
do
you can
try.
look on my phone. The date's on
And
there.
plus, y'all were putting gravel on to keep the
That's the
dust
same
down. The guy was coming in the racetrack. We got pictures where the guy was coming in the racetrack with a bucket. He was taking gravel down the road, doing something with it.
So,
And the gravel was disappearing.
so again, I
So-
want my property, I want that barricade. Mr. Bobby, I want
That's what
that
was done about it.
respected, please. I mean, well, I think we could get along if we could agree on where the boundary is. And I mean, the reason I'm here is because, you would shut me off and you brought the police and you said, no, I'm gonna have it my way. We're gonna open it up. I'm gonna take that part of your property. I mean, that's why I'm here today. Otherwise, can we please agree? I'm asking you.
Where's the barricade? What barricade you talking about? Across the police jury road?
It's
No,
on,
It was an
I
old
had
iron
pictures.
pipe that was laying weeds on the side of the road. And when we graded and pulled dirt and grass back from what, there's asphalt underneath it, it's overgrown. And then,
Well, the one that was sticking up, we had one before.
yeah,
Oh,
the
We're
yeah.
guy-
still hauling that
Wait,
about
the
2 or 3
police
times a
didn't
week
knock
right
it
there.
down
That's
before
gonna
you went
create
in?
potholes.
And they came back and replaced it.
That stuff is soft.
They came back and replaced that orange pipe was sticking up.
Mr. Bison said they're not doing it, but he's wrong.
Why would you replace something that wasn't yours? That wasn't ours?
That's pictures of the septic tanks they haul down the road. They're doing 2 and 3 a week. And that's making potholes in that soft asphalt. And
Why are they hauling septic tanks in there?
I don't know.
I guess
I
it's
don't
an
know where they
agreement
take them
between.
to, but they take them in
Bubba
and out.
Jones used to own it.
They-
Yeah.
That was it.
And they would come in there with that truck,
He's still using that for his septic service.
parking there.
Yeah, they haul it in, they haul it out, they haul it in, they haul it out, along with his other equipment. So the barricade we're talking about right here,
You know what? This is a suggestion. You know those Walmart parking stops? You know what I'm talking about?
the bumper things,
Yeah.
yeah.
Concrete, plastic, or whatever.
Right.
You might ought to just buy some, put them every 15 foot apart on that property line. That way they can't get over to them and it'd stop all this with them.
Maybe that sounds like a good idea, actually.
They're not that expensive and it's an idea. I'm not saying we should do it.
That
But
would,
ma'am, this truck is not causing the potholes. I'm sorry.
when they haul 2
Because
and
we
3
holler about trucks. Everybody hollers trucks is tearing up this and that. And I don't think that's the cause. And then, am I speaking too much?
No, go ahead.
And then you're concerned about the parish rocking down around that mailbox. They're not supposed to do that. But then on the other hand, I agree, you're a taxpayer and you should bring it up. But I can't picture, you're going to give up your job to go down there and put some rock around a mailbox. So I don't see that. And I think if I see your barrier there and I see your fence,
and that's back in
but this
95.
barrier is actually out on the parish road. So they can't maintain that road. I understand your complaint
How is
because
it on the
the
parish road?
racetrack is back there. And,
How is it on the parish road? This is when the racetrack first started. We put it up.
but did you put it, it's right on the edge of the road.
Well,
That's
the
the road.
police jury never maintained this. We marked it because the police jury came and dumped that gravel on there. We're marking our property.
Right. Well, then they got to
So we have to
maintain
keep
this
off
ditch.
grass.
They
There's no
got,
ditch.
well, they
There's no
got to pull
ditch.
something.
There's no ditches on our
But
property.
then this,
All
I
the ditches are way towards the racetrack.
understand.
See?
But
there's
you
no-
can't put that pipe up there and everybody coming in and out in the
It's a
night
safety hazard.
running over. It's a safety hazard. It's a tire hazard. I mean,
Well, I offered to put up something different, and Mr. Bobby said, no, it's got to go.
I'd like to make a motion to put those yellow markers through there, put one, and 20 foot, put another one. And then we don't get past them.
Well, one thing,
But we don't know where our, I'm sorry to
Well,
interrupt.
I'm
We don't know
going-
where our property
I'm
line
going
is.
back to the main topic we're talking about. Where's the line? And
Exactly.
until we just can distinguish where the line is, I mean, we can sit here and talk all day long.
Well,
Don't
First
we have
thing we
so,
got to do is,
don't we have so many feet from the center of the road?
no,
There's
not
no-
necessarily.
There's
not
nothing
necessarily.
like that.
That
Years-
won't hold up.
Years ago, the parish, and it's throughout the parish would come in and take a road in and maintain it. And like I said, it might be 15, it might be 18, it might be 20. You know, a lot of them were trails.
State highways are 61 feet from the center line.
Right. And see, and then
Some of
some of them,
Yeah.
you know, so the parish just took these roads in. And we've dealt with this for the years that I've been here. We've dealt with them because you can't really, you know,
Every road is different.
every road is different. So
Well,
the rule of thumb, when I came on 12 years ago, was from back slope to back slope. That's what the parish maintains. That's what the parish
well,
runs.
I think
Well, with no rules to govern it, she could put
So,
a fence
but
right up
anyway,
against the road, which is very dangerous.
Right. And then saying that,
That's what we got.
and if you
Yeah,
do
so-
that,
So, yeah,
you know,
We
and
don't need
just
that.
for y'all's, I mean, it's y'all's business, but when you go and you put stuff out on the road like that,
You
and
liable.
somebody come in and get in an accident or blow a tire or do whatever, y'all gonna be responsible for it because the parish didn't put it up.
Let me say something about, the law is that 3 years of maintenance makes it a public road. Okay,
So-
10
No,
years
no,
of
no,
abandonment,
no, you're wrong.
I'm wrong,
You're
what's the
wrong.
law?
Well, at that point, you can put it up for us to adopt it. But it's gotta be approved by this whole board. You don't just automatically go
So.
No, no,
for
no.
nothing.
so
Yes,
you're-
oh,
what you're
yes.
saying
You're
is
wrong.
200 year old
I've-
tree
I've-
on-
I've
right there on
talked to
the road.
plenty of
If
attorneys
come
about
out and
this.
hit that
They were
tree,
wrong
they
then.
stop off.
I mean, it's
Your
your tree.
attorneys
All
are
it
telling
does
you
is
wrong.
gives
I
you
don't know
the
what to tell
ability
you.
to tacitly
Whose
adopt.
tree is it?
Mr. Stevens is right.
Is it
It
your
has to
tree?
come before the board to be
But
adopted
who
as part of
was
the
the one
parish
driving
road
real
system.
fast and reckless?
Well, I'm just,
Your
you
attorney
know, and
gave bad
that's just the way it is.
Well, Mr. Tom Catton, who was, the superintendent, and he's been there since 1995 and beyond. He said that road was grandfathered in. He says the new road system at that time was if they took in the road, it would be, oh gosh, I forgot, was it a 50-foot right of way at that time? Okay, this is back in the 90s. All right, he says, but this road, it was grandfathered in, which meant is like what, Mr. Ricky said, that whatever the parish maintained is what they had, okay? So, but if it's a new road coming into the system, it would be just like you said. I think today's 60-foot right away? I don't know, something like that. So, but this, so yeah, there's different ways a road can become public, but that,
Nope, you're wrong.
okay, well, this is no place to discuss it, but I know.
No, I'm sorry, ma'am, but you
You're-
have incorrect
I think-
information. It's got to come before this board to be approved and adopted. It's got to benefit the parish, so.
Okay, well,
Just
then that's what
any
we have to
new
discuss.
roads.
Then we'll do it right now, because I want to know about that.
Any new roads that are brought in
Right.
is gonna have, we'll have documents on on the size of the road, the width of the road, and we'll have boundaries marked. The ones you're talking about, like y'all's road, and there's plenty of them throughout the parish that are so-called grandfathered in. They were just dedicated roads, and as I said,
Right.
whatever the width was, that's what the width was.
And they could be dedicated.
You know,
different
and
ways.
so
One of them is 3 years.
we maintained them all those years, and so they are grandfathered in. They are a public road. There's been taxpayers' dollars spent on this road since 25 years ago. So, you know, it's a parish road. But like I said, we're not accomplishing nothing here at all. We could talk about, I could write a book about roads up in my district about the width and she mentioned about a tree. Well, there's roads up there that the landowner said, well, that's my tree. Well, if somebody comes through there and hits that tree, but then all of a sudden it's not their tree no more, it's the parish's tree.
Just like a cow getting out.
You know, so, and all I'm saying is y'all be careful what y'all put up there, because if you put it up and somebody hits it or tears their vehicle, y'all gonna be responsible because the parish didn't put it up, you know. But this is the deal. We need to determine.
So if they come out, if they run off the road and hit my house,
Yeah.
in my yard, if they hit my house, I'm responsible.
No.
for the car?
No, because now you're running off the road. I'm talking about on the edge of the road where you put things on the edge of the road.
We had high visibility,
So.
visible, I think you could see it a mile away, reflectors.
Yeah.
I mean, if you made that turn around the racetrack at night, I mean, you could see the light shining.
But
from
still,
the
yet you
reflectors.
took it upon yourself to put that there.
It's been there since 1990.
Well, whoever put it there, they took it
But the
upon
police
themselves.
jury's the one that put the one.
I mean,
The police jury didn't put the fence up. The police jury didn't put the stakes up, the reflectors. The police jury didn't do none of that. But I'm just saying, you know, y'all just be careful what you do, is all I'm saying. But
okay.
now, but like I said,
Well, you know what? Racetrack traffic has run into our fence.
Yep.
And damaged it. Who's responsible there?
whoever damaged your fence,
Well,
whoever ran into it, the fence didn't hit them, they hit the
Am I gonna
fence.
stay on that road all night long, watching it come out and see
Well.
who does it?
It's the same principle. The barricade is a fence.
Well, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not an attorney. So I'm just saying, y'all be careful what you put there. But like I said, we at the point now to where we'll offer you $3,000 for whatever Bobby determines what we need. Once y'all agree upon it, then we will have it surveyed. There will be stakes put up there. And from this day on, we will know where the parish is at.
We will agree on the other side of the road, but like I say, I'm not moving the fence.
Okay.
I'm not moving the fence. on that
Well,
road because I
if we buy the right of way, which the fence consists of, then we would have to move the fence.
Get a new fence.
So,
can't move the fence because
well, if we buy it, we gonna move it. It won't be your fence no more.
if
you
you
talking
do,
about
then we'll
wooden
get an
fence?
attorney.
And I'm just,
Okay,
I think so.
okay.
Are you talking
I can
about?
afford it. I ain't worried about it.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, or really any fence would be a problem. for
And
us.
I don't know what kind of fence you're talking about. I'm being,
Well, I'm talking about the boarded fence that's been there, whether it's right up against the regular fence that was there. We put it there because if I'm out in that garden, I don't want somebody coming out there throwing something at
right,
me.
I understand.
And I do not want to move it. And we did it to keep the dust down,
Do something with me. I'm
too
gonna
down
bust
there,
your
because it's
ass.
worse down the road.
And like I said, I don't know, when I leave here today, I'm gonna go by there and just look and see where I can put my eyes on it. Bobby, you, Bird, y'all welcome to join me. We'll just go look, get an idea what we're looking at.
And we'll do that.
And then we'll move
Like I
on
say,
from there, like I
off the
said.
road, we would be willing to sell, but I am not taking down the board.
Okay.
And just keep in mind that.
So the board fence is what you're talking about has to be taken down.
That's what I'm not taking.
Well,
down.
don't.
You're not
don't
taking it.
want to.
So that's not for sale?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we won't have to worry about the board fence. We'll
The
be on
board
the other
fence she's
side.
talking about is on the side, the left side. She's want to sell property.
On the
Okay,
other side.
okay. Well, you, I
I'm
mean,
talking about on the side that y'all are offering to buy.
okay.
I'm not talking about that.
Well, look, when we leave here, I'll go by and look at it and just get an idea what we're looking at. That'd be the best thing to do till we put our eyes on it.
Going in.
Yeah. Everybody, y'all more than welcome to
I
join
got a
me.
doctor's appointment.
So, okay.
Because some of the trees that have been knocked down anyway, so I mean, that part, be willing to negotiate with.
They'll be out there after the meeting. And y'all maybe meet with them then.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll stop by. We'll
Thank you.
look at it. We'll come up with something and we'll be in contact. I mean, we'll try to negotiate. And then once you decide this is what you want to do, or this is the piece, then we will have, an appraiser that it mark from the highway to wherever the length past your property or whatever to determine this is where the parish is. So that problem will be fixed from here out.
Have a survey.
We'll
Survey.
have-
Surveyor
Survey.
Mark. Yeah, and then y'all probably have to sign an agreement on it.
Yes,
Get that
definitely.
money before we spend the money to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
But let's work together and try to solve this issue.
And when we have, if we get to the point we hope to get to, when we have it resurveyed, when the rods are being put in the ground, we can all be present, and we can all know where they are, all our borders.
Yeah, and I'd like to see that survey, but he had that survey done after the barricade was removed.
And we're
so
putting
the
a new
survey
one
was
in.
all the way to
That old one don't mean nothing.
No, it
We're
won't
gonna
mean
do the
nothing.
new one.
We'll get a new one.
Well, again, we have to agree on.
We starting fresh. We put that,
Well,
we
that would
we
be
just start fresh.
I'll make a motion to discuss the pug mill.
All right, we'll be in touch with y'all. All right, moving on, item number 9,
Does Lindy have?
discuss pug mill.
Or are you waiting on questions on the pug
Well,
mill?
I'm just seeing if anybody had any information on the pug mill.
That's it.
The last I had, we was getting a AG opinion on it. I've been in contact with our state representative. He was also working on trying to get us some information on that. I haven't heard anything from him. I just hear talk, but we want an official opinion on this on paper, to where when we make that move to do what we're going to do, it ain't a word of mouth.
Yeah, what I heard from the AG's office is that Representative Bagley did send something in was not submitted correctly, and they were reaching back out to him to try and get it corrected. And Bill said, you said you had submitted something, they still haven't received it as far as the people I've talked to. They haven't seen it.
We sent that certified.
Was last week.
Yeah.
Last week.
We'll pull a certified slip for you.
Yeah,
And it was sent properly, I hope.
That was last week to sign off on.
Yeah.
But you had to have a letter. We
Yeah.
sent a letter.
So within a week, you should hear something back.
Yeah. But,
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
thank you. In the meanwhile, like I said, it's really, wait to kind of see what that comes up with, that opinion. As I said, in the new edition, Ally has, read through that. And if you don't mind, Bill, could I request you maybe get us a copy of that, a hard copy of the 12th edition? Is it the 12th edition?
Get it for all the jurors.
Get
We
us
can have
a,
that for the next
get
meeting.
us a hard copy of that to where we can trash the 11th one and we'll be up to
Up to
date
date,
on this
absolutely.
stuff.
I'll bring that today.
Uh,
Put it in the box.
Because Miss Ally has, I trust that she and Mr. Bill, they like to read a lot. Mr. Bill, especially late in the evening when he ain't got nothing to do. And I trust that they said that there's no language in there that has anything like that in it. Even in the bidding part of it, even in the operations part of it, it has nothing that has that language in it. So,
But that didn't change the law. The law's still
So-
there.
But if you
Revised
read the law, the law might have been changed. It might have been dropped out of that law.
No,
Might have been, so.
it has not to this day. Bill looked it up.
It's still there.
It's still
It's
there.
still there, but it's not in our handbook, in the
It
18th.
doesn't reference it.
It don't really.
Just because
The
the
problem's gonna
handbook,
come up when you get it set up, and start running it, then some of these big contractors are gonna throw a fit, huh?
Possibly.
Well, it wouldn't be but
Nobody in
one.
Louisiana.
It would
bid
wouldn't
on
be but one, and they would be from Texas. But
Right.
they don't want to produce it. And this is the deal.
All I
And
know,
I'll
we
say
need it.
this.
We do
In
that.
Texas, that's what they do. That's where we got the idea from. They have their own plug mills in Texas. They don't have to pay $110 plus taxes per ton for it. They make their own.
I think this thing's gonna come down to whether they consider the plug mill a piece of equipment or a manufacturing facility.
That's probably right.
So it's a piece of equipment for us, the better.
Well, that's what I
But
want.
it's
to be.
manufacturing road material.
because I'm like you can make all sand out in the street. You could dump the sand, dump the oil and mix it with
Grader.
it and grade through it and then we're not operating. So that is legal. That's pretty legal. So it's gonna be interesting to see where they come down with this.
Yeah, you have to roll it 13 times to get it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, but I'm saying it is legal to do it that way.
And that's not the best oil sand. The
No.
plug mill's by far the best.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get a more consistent mix and you,
It's
It'll be
kind of like
like that.
mixing concrete. You can get you a bag of Sackcrete, throw it in a hole and put you some water on it, or you could take it and mix the concrete
Right.
up right and pour it in a hole and there's a difference in it.
there is a big difference.
So,
Yeah, don't.
But anyway.
Don't think that I'm
Can-
against the
can-
plug mill, because I am not.
Yeah.
I'm
Can we
for
go
it.
back to these ladies one minute? The work for this road is for the racetrack?
Right, it's a public road.
no, it's a public road. Well, in a sense, there's a lot of traffic down there. And it's my opinion. Everybody here has an opinion. The racetrack brings revenue to the parish. It brings entertainment to the parish. There's a lot of people from out of the parish that come here on Friday nights to come race. These people come in, they stop at all our stores. They spend the whole day with us, half the night with us, and it brings something to Sabine Parish that, you might bring somebody from down here to come to and say, well, I like it. They got their own racetrack up there, and it gives them, well, they might come out here and find them a place on the lake, and it brings people it attracts
You
people.
won't
to
see but
Sabine
6
Parish.
or 8 of them at the time at the gas station
So-
on Friday.
the thing is that, and I don't know about the new owners, but the old owner, he had 2 different series that he was trying to bring to Sabine Parish. Different categories, which would bring a lot of more people to Sabine Parish. So it's a good thing. I know my biggest concern was, I've been out there a few times, is that dust at 12, 1 o'clock at night, when you coming out there, you can't see from here to here in front of you. It was bad. Even after you watered the road the evening before, by the time the race is over with, it ain't nothing but dust. And I could see their concern. They was getting powder down there at the end of that road. Well, we went in and we took gravel to them and tried to keep the dust down. But, that road needs to be hard surface where it killed the dust on them. And then it would also provide good travels for the people at the racetrack.
Yeah, because they don't come in and pick up snow.
No. So these people, it's kind of like the landfill.
Motorhomes and everything else.
So it's kind of like the landfill. A lot of people come to the parish landfill because it's got a good road and they don't have to get their trucks pulled out. They in and out in 30 minutes.
When we get that post mill, it'll be a better road.
That's right. So, but anyway, to say that we doing it for the racetrack is but we also doing it for these ladies.
Well,
Because their concern is what brought the
We're
concern.
doing
If
it
that'd be
for
my
the
place, I would say, take the 5 foot and give me a hard surface road.
But
They don't want it. I remember
They don't
last time, they don't want it hard surface.
they don't want the traffic there is what they don't want.
But then they also sent in a complaint against the dust. So when Bob, this was solved the problem with the dust, but
They just being hardcore.
Well, they don't want the traffic there. And in a sense, I can understand.
You know, nobody likes a change.
No, that's right.
I understand.
Okay, well,
And nobody wants to
That's
give up.
something like
property.
them solar panels, they gonna put it back close to me.
And what
I
they
may not
calling,
want 'em, but
they calling their road right away like them pipe. Me and Bobby went through that issue and it went through court. And you remember out on Spovato Loop when the guy, same way here. His surveyed property went across the whole road and the other people bought this side. But they made them put that fence back on the back slope of that ditch. And he was wanting to do the same thing, run right down the road and block them people from their property, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah. And like I said, I see the ladies' concerns, they were getting dusted out and stuff, but we gonna work for them and we gonna work with them, try to come to some agreement on this.
And I think with all y'all going out there, and I
Yeah.
can't because I got 2:30 doctor. That'll help.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll either help or it won't solve it.
I think I'd be happy if Bobby just put the pipe back, and that would solve a lot of it.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what we can do on the pug mill. Is there any other discussion on the pug mill? I know P had wanted to take some what's the word? Ash and kind of blend in on that pad over there. I know we held him off on it to kind of see. So as of right now, I wouldn't want to put no more efforts into this till we get a decision on this.
I'm with you on that.
I second that.
Everybody good with that? Okay. All right, moving on to number 10 is to discuss a parish-wide track hold trailer. Mr. Hughes, you want to update us on the?
This is on here because we have a parish-wide track code that we use, and it came with an old trailer. And the trailer the other day, it's outlived its life. It's split in half, and not real safe to drive down the road. So we'd like to continue using that piece of equipment. We don't have a trailer to pull it.
Did we just buy a trailer?
We bought a trailer for a new track code. Ford has a new track code trailer.
Ward 4.
But this is a parish-wide that is used with a parish-wide crews. And so we'd like to replace that trailer.
Which-
$21,000.
Which at that time, that trailer there wasn't purchased when we bought the track hold. That was a trailer that we already had. Correct?
Yes, and the track code that we're using is not a new track code. It's
Right.
Right. We had an old trailer. This was, and it's way out in the fly.
Yeah.
We patched on it. We could pull it apart and build a new trailer out of that. But it's a well-used trailer that is out in its life.
Yeah.
So we'd like to continue really use a track hoe, we just need a trailer.
Do we have an estimated cost?
$21,000,
How much?
21,
Oh, that's a big
it's a
trailer.
big trailer.
Does that have to go up a bit?
It's the same trailer. We have two of these trailers, here, currently. We have three of these trailers currently. Ward 4, Ward 8, we have parish wide. And that way, it's been hitch.
So you'll have two parish wide trailers now?
We got two
We
districts.
have, no, I'm saying we have Ward 8 has one of the, I'm saying we have some of these trailers already. So, they have the same bill hitch. In other words, trucks already rigged up for these trailers.
So have we looked at have we entertained the idea of maybe fixing it? Or we ain't got no estimate on that or nothing?
It's a trailer that has been, you pretty much have to find a good spot to weld. I mean, it's a trailer that's been around that long. And it's been really-
That's-
it's- I mean,
Oh, yeah, that's,
So
and I'll tell you this, I mean, it goes down even the axles. The axles have been cut and welded and, it's been well used and well repaired.
it's not a possibility of using one of those other two trailers some with.
Well, the other two trailers belong, one belongs to Ward 8 for their track hoe, one belongs to Ward 4 for their track hoe. They use them every day. We have a trailer, when I said we have similar trailers, I was just pointing out the fact that this is the same trailer that we bought already, so the truck's already rigged up to pull them. I mean, we don't have any adjustments to make there. The parish wide trailer we have pulls the skid steer, so they're already occupied by other pieces of equipment that are used every day on other crews.
well, if we have to have one, we got to have one, but my recommendation would be to get 3 price quotes on it. That'd be my recommendation.
Well, this is what it's the same thing we've done on the other trailers.
Okay.
We've done that already.
Okay. And how far?
And this 21 was the lowest of the other trailer.
Yeah, the one we just bought from Matt Hillville for Ward 4 for the new track hoe.
The trailer that pulls the skid steer wouldn't pull that mini X?
It would.
It's parish
It pulls the
wide?
skid steer.
Hmm?
It pulls the skid steer approval every day when it's in use. The skid steer, every day the asphalt crew is running. The skid steer is pulled to the asphalt.
No,
job
Jerry's
site.
crew needs the trailer, yours crew needs the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, there's,
Yeah, they both need
They
their own
both need
trailer.
their own trailer.
And then your parish track holders, they need their own trailers too, because they keep.
Ward.
the
Yeah,
track hoe
boards.
that we're talking about is the old Ward 4 track hoe. When they bought a new one, this one is being used by, call it whatever you want to, the asphalt crew, the prep crew. When we're prepping a road, this is the track hoe we're using. And we had an old trailer, and I don't even know how old it is, but it's gone.
Well, take the old trailer and put it on our surplus and see what we can get out of it.
We're using it as a storage space for the scrap metal.
Eh,
Right now.
Like when you sell scrap, just let them pull the
Yeah,
trailer
take
up on
the
the
trailer
truck and go with all
I
of it.
believe I know what's trade. That's an old trailer.
So, I mean, it's embarrassing that we still pull it around, but, we got our money's worth out.
Well, like I said, that's my recommendation, to get 3 price quotes on it, and we gotta get it, so. We leave that up to Allie and Bill, where we gonna get it from, so.
We'll just take it from somewhere else. Cause we'll have to, it's not in the budget.
I got one trailer to haul all my junk.
All right, now, any other discussion on this, or we need to?
Go for it.
Will this have to be approved next week?
Yeah, it'd have to be approved by full board. We're just making a recommendation today. So if there's any discussion, any other discussion on the item?
I'm gonna give one, and that's simply just for general information, because you put us on the tax commission.
Uh-huh.
The parish was $500,000 down parish wide.
It's scary, ain't it?
Sale and usage taxes,
Yeah, that's scary.
and we were 100,000 down. Police jury.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just to put everybody's brain.
Yeah.
what's
And if
going on.
things for sale don't pick up, it's gonna get worse.
And I can't. I think we should be able to share a trailer somehow. With it, till we see, like he said, taxes are down and everything. That skid steer goes to an asphalt job, that trailer's gonna sit on the side of the road during that job or that day. So if that if that driver needs to double back and pick up that track hoe, he could do that. I'm thinking. I don't see why every machine has to have a trailer.
That driver for that, on that skid steer, for example, is part of the asphalt crew. It's there on the asphalt crew working when the trucks come. You know, when the trucks come to lay asphalt. And they're working wherever in the parish they're working. And whoever's on the track though is over on a different job somewhere else. Or two crews.
Well, I know, and like I said, it's just my opinion. I know it hurts, it's painful, but you gotta have something. You gotta have something, and I know if you got I'm gonna call it the zipper crew. I call them the zipper crew. If you got a zipper crew up on the north end and you got the asphalt crew, say down at Plainview, and you're trying to share a trailer,
It's gonna be hard.
it's gonna be hard. It's hard sharing. I know it's a good thought, but a lot of things is hard sharing. That's why we just bought a belly dump. My district just bought a belly dump trailer because trying to share our belly dump. And when about the time we get to work in a few days, well, somebody else needs it, so we bring it back. And then we'll go back and borrow it. We'll get on a project, and then somebody else needs it, so we bring it back. So that's why last year we decided to buy our own belly dump. So, and like I said, sharing's a good thought. I know it saves money and it makes sense at times, but then sometimes, it's just a lot of hassle.
Well, I personally would like to see, and I don't know how you would do it, but I'd like to see all the equipment on parish-wide.
All
And
owned.
All of it, yeah, where we didn't have to buy individual equipment for each and every road board. Probably not possible. I don't know how we got into this situation, but it seems to me that it's.
We got into this situation because every district has different taxes.
Right.
So when
And
you
that's
buy a piece
another
of
thing, so
equipment,
we'd have to address that first.
Yep.
Which also needs to be addressed.
as far as this piece of equipment goes, we can buy it through ARPA funds, which we have to have obligated by the end of the year or used. So when we buy this, I'll pay for it through our ARPA funds.
Please include that when you present it to the full jury, so that we know where it's coming from and it's paid for.
Yeah, and like I say,
That helps vote for it.
It's gotta
back
be
when-
used by the end of the
It's
year.
got to be used.
back what you were talking about, Barry, we talked about each individual
And I
district
need
having their
something.
own millage rate, their own funds. It sounds good. All of us the same, but I got a millage of 25 on the north end and a millage of 18 in Ward 6. So I don't think your voters would really like that.
They probably wouldn't. because
Since
I-
yours is,
ours
what is
10.
yours, 12?
Point two, no, 0.10.
Well, see, so,
Yeah, so.
You know.
But I know, that's.
And I got one that's 13, can't get passed.
Yeah.
So I know that.
It's coming up, it is coming up.
When's it coming back up?
It's coming up,
November 15th.
The next big one was building a big, you're gonna have a turnout.
so, but anyway, so what was our motion?
Hey, Bruce, back to the sharing thing.
I
On
make
the
a
asphalt
motion.
crew, just as an asphalt crew, when they're pulling the skid steer, that trailer pulling the skid steer and the sweeper. So they're sharing the trailers for their equipment.
Okay.
I make a motion.
Got a motion by Bird,
I'll second.
second by Eric, all in favor, all opposed.
I said aye a while ago.
Yay or nay?
Yay.
Yay, okay, all opposed, nay, all right. We got 4-0, am I right? Okay. Moving on. So we're gonna make that recommendation. And,
That's to be included in
all right,
the
ARPA.
agenda,
Yes, sir.
You're doing it out of ARPA.
right? It comes out of ARPA.
Okay. All right, moving
Like
on.
Mr. Stevens says, the sales tax is gonna get real lean.
Well, that's true. I never, I'm sitting here and I get calls, and Bird probably getting calls too. I've heard the news about more wells getting drilled up in our area, my area, Mitchell community. And, it's exciting to hear that they're gonna drill some more up there, because I know what it does to our districts. And not only our districts, the whole parish sees, a little revenue bump and all that, so.
GP.
You know, it's got its good points and its bad points. When they come drill, then we have to deal with the fracking and the salt water hauling and all that. But, we built a good relationship with these companies, and they've been pulling their weight. They really have, so.
You got one drilling now, Norwood exit, there, North Conver.
Mhm. I
H&B got one.
got one there. I got two got drilled up on the north end on the lakeside, Cocoa Worship. And we've been having some issues, which they've made effort, but we're gonna work that out. But I found out last week they had permitted 3 more wells right there. I believe it's 2 or 3 wells there at Sister Rock Blue.
I don't know if someone about 6 permitted.
So,
GP
but
got
anyway.
6 permitted up there somewhere. I'm getting paperwork on them.
Anyway, so maybe that'll pick up some. Moving on to item 11 would be discuss approving handicap driveway request 2695 Highway 120 Zawali. Mr. Hughes, did you fill out your paperwork on that?
Did, I'm waiting on one thing back, but, I've already met with people, everything's in order. Everything meets our requirements, and by next meeting, I'll have the one sheet that I want on. I'll have a signed copy of it.
What was just that you said?
We can't discuss, we can't
2695?
discuss names.
I mean, I was
Blue Lake,
the
I mean,
address is on here,
Belmont Road.
120, 2695.
And the other one is 390, the next one,
Okay, well,
and it is road. I told you wrong.
okay, let's go with 11 first. So we need to, I need a motion, no, do we need a motion on here?
To recommend.
Yeah. I need a motion on item 11 to approve this handicap driveway.
I make that motion.
Motion by Bird. Second,
Also,
second by Eric. All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. We'll make that recommendation. All right, moving on to 11, item 11A. You going
Yeah, we have another request for the address of 390 Village Road,
390?
and, I will have, all of, everything is good there, I will have all the paperwork by next meeting.
Yeah, on this one here, just for little information for y'all guys, which he'll get the information together. And like I said, y'all more than welcome to look at any of his criteria sheet he goes by to make sure that they meet the qualifications on this. But this resident here is an elderly lady that's bedridden, and they having, I believe, Meals on Wheels and home health nurses. So these people are really in desperate need for this.
So what do we do? The driveway?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Coming off the Parish Road onto their driveway,
Yeah.
fix their driveway.
Yeah, to where
they had,
Meals on Wheels or
Ambulance.
hospital.
Ambulance.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's most of the time, a loader to a rock.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of anything that's been more than 10 loads of rock.
Oh, I agree. We need to take care of it.
Yeah.
And we have a criteria sheet, and they must be designated handicap, it's a financial requirement, it
gotta own the property.
makes it right,
Yeah.
the owner of the property.
I got one, they don't own the property, so they can't get it.
That and those are hard to deal with. They really are. All right, I need a motion on, item 11A on 390 Village Road.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Bruce,
I'll second.
second by Eric. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. We'll make that recommendation. All right, item 12.
No, big.
11B, I'm sorry. 11B is speed limit.
Yeah, I brought that up. We're getting more and more calls with damage to vehicles, and it seems like our people would understand that when you get off a paved road and you get on our gravel road, you can't do 35, 40 miles an hour. And I think if I understand correctly, that any unmarked road in the parish is now 35 miles an hour. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Which most of the unmarked roads are going to be our gravel and dirt roads, and I would like to see that reduced. I'd like to see it go to 20, but at least to 25 miles an hour. And I would like a recommendation from this committee to the full jury on that.
So
Discuss
25
first.
mile per hour on
Yeah, I don't know exactly how to, Bill probably better at describing it.
non-asphalt roads.
Non-asphalt,
No, just
In those communities.
unmarked roads,
Unmarked.
parish roads.
unmarked parish roads. And see if we can slow them down a little bit. And I don't know, y'all know where I'm at, and we get a lot of boats and we get a lot of out of parish people coming through. And, you know, they're flying, these guys are doing 70 miles an hour in their boats. They think they can do the same thing in their car. So they hit our gravel roads doing 35, 40 miles an hour, and they're getting damaged. And I'd just like to slow it down.
That look like
If
that'd
we
be
could.
their problem.
They need a little common sense.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well,
they don't want to hear that.
Yeah, that's.
Like I say, we make every effort.
But I mean, that
we
speed limit
can.
sign ain't gonna help
Yeah,
that.
It doesn't, you're right.
I mean,
It's
But
not
we may-
agree with
But
it.
then if the
That's
deputy
just
sitting
more
there-
stuff for the road crews to bush hog around, and I mean, it makes it.
More stuff we gotta buy.
Yeah, we'll make,
But this
we
is
make
just gonna
every
change.
effort to try to do that. And I mean,
This discussion for y'all, and whether or not you make a recommendation,
They-
I'd like to see it go before the board.
there's probably certain, I'm gonna call hot spots that you have issues with this, you know, and it's probably as toward the lake end of that, you know.
I mean, the people. I mean, I just hate to say it. People in Sabine, I don't know if it's just Sabine. I'm sure it's all the parish.
Bless you.
But the people's just something else. I mean, because now we picked up in our asphalt. They griping because they got rough roads. And now when you asphalt the roads, the same ones that's complaining is griping because then the people's going too fast.
I get-
You know, they was
Mhm.
I
they
made-
worried
I
about
made
picking,
that-
you know, the rough roads. And now when you get them a nice road,
Yeah, they
the
fly.
same one, oh, what you gonna do about the speeders?
You make one person happy and two people mad every time you do something.
And it's always our fault, you know, the one sitting here. I mean,
But that's just a suggestion.
I have a suggestion, and Bobby will back me on this. We should hire Lloyd to tend to that.
Mm-hmm. I'll back you on that one.
So, so it would be a 25 mile per hour unmarked parish roads. So and as you said, it's just a sign. Unless there's an officer there checking radar to do anything, you putting up sign. I mean, you're dropping it from 35 to
35 to 25.
So,
Won't be any more signs put up.
no. It probably in some of the areas that
Very
you have
strong, man.
concerns at,
Well,
you
okay.
would probably put them there, but other than that, it would just be a parish ordinance that says,
Yeah, we'll work on that wording.
but that would have to go
We don't
through the
have an
sheriff's
ordinance.
department, right?
as far as speeding,
Right.
yes, they'd have to be checking radar when they go, because you can't just say.
Because I mean, everything, you know, like we say 35, but most of the parish deputies say they can't write a ticket unless it's posted.
That's
That's
true.
right.
So, you know, if we go down to 10 mile an hour, long as if it's not posted, they still can't write a ticket.
And he can't put that on every parish. road.
No,
What?
Big End Ranch Road.
That's
You know,
right.
there's
'Cause
a
I have
long
them
way through
issues. I
there.
got like Cypress Bend, which is Cypress Bend's not mine, but I got like Cartersville. sometimes they get caught out there for 60, 70 mile an hour. And they say, well, you can't give me no ticket. Why? It's not
It's
posted.
not posted.
That's what,
That doesn't
And when you
that doesn't
post-
sound right. If it's an ordinance, it looks like they
No.
ought to be able to
Gotta
enforce
be
it.
posted and the signs have got to be so many feet
so
apart,
many feet apart and posted.
legally, or they can beat you in court.
Yeah, I mean, that,
It might be one of these deals where you may consider those particular hot spots you're talking about and go through and lower the speed limit on those roads.
Yeah.
Ordinance to lower it on those
And then
roads.
put a sign up at the beginning.
yeah,
of
if
each
you got
road.
anything particular, that's what I think would be the,
Because as they said, a lot of these parish roads, you take, that's going to slow them down a lot, and it's really not nothing out there.
and I know a thing like in these subdivisions and just where people don't want fast traffic. I know what will work, but I don't know if that's a law over our head or if that's something the parish got on these speed bumps.
That's a liability.
That's a
Want
lot,
that?
yeah.
Liability.
I know we always had that, but that works.
Oh yeah, it'll work.
That works.
I
I mean, I know with me, a lot of people still love to jump them, but like coming into Noble there, when you hit Red Oak, when I go there, I come to a stop and just ease. I mean, that works. A lot of people love to hit it and
But
knock it in front of you.
when you get into those villages and towns, they have their own ordinance,
Yeah.
so they can put them in. Converse has them.
But I mean, and that works. I mean, most people you see,
Manny
they
has
don't stop it.
And it works in towns, but out here on the public road, it's. I know when we came in, and I come in years ago, that was one of the main no-nos. Well, Bill was in right after that, and it was just so much liability on it.
I come out faster this morning trying to get here. So I looked down, I was running 65 on that dirt road.
So on this here,
The guys, well, I'm gonna take it back, for it doesn't seem like it'll do much good anyway.
It's going fast
I'll get a
enough.
specific list of roads together,
that's probably
and
what
then
I would
come
do.
back and we'll put a sign, at least get a sign at the beginning of each road.
That's probably what, probably be best.
Okay, that's perfect.
All right. So no
You don't need a recommendation.
action on this,
Thank you.
Bill.
No action.
And they will discuss with the superintendent about pointing out these certain roads that may need this.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the item 12 is discuss and review the criteria for accepting roads into the parish road system. I know we've talked about this come up in conversation a few times. And just for the board here to know, this is the sheet that the road superintendent goes by.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, just like I'm sitting here looking at it. First, item number one on here is road meets road acceptance criteria. I've got everything ready and I didn't bring the sheet to show y'all the road acceptance criteria.
Why'd you fail us? Why'd you fail us?
You can count on me to do that sometime.
But like I said, y'all can go down here, and this is kind of, this is what he goes by, about the, multiple residents or business located along the road, multiple landowners. One of our biggest deals were it being multiple landowners, I had a discussion with Mr. Bill on this, and it has to be landowners. It can't be residents. It has to be the landowners.
Well, I'm glad we came into this. I've been wanting to bring it up. But I'm still, have you on Teeter Road? They've been,
And you know what, I think we need to talk about that. I know we say Teeter Road just because that's where it is, but it's really not Teeter Road. Teeter Road turn. This is just an extension off of Teeter Road. So I was thinking that the other day. We're really not talking about Teeter Road. We're just talking about a road off of Teeter Road.
On your,
I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, Teeter Road stops right there. It used to go right.
Go to the right.
SRA condemned it there. They put a gate there. But, yeah. So that'd be, it really, if you added what they going right would make it there, it'd be the same distance, but, he's, Mr. Spovido that
Mhm.
came in, he's still looking for us to do something, and, I mean, we just ain't told him yay or nay if we not, or, I mean, I don't know if we,
Well, on that, I guess it would be on Bobby's #1 page. It says what road meets the road acceptance criteria. There was a topic brought up about, there's a difference between, I mean, this is just my opinion. There's a difference between accepting a road in that's a new development, that people are developing a place, selling their lots, then they want to, bring the road into the system. Well, those roads there that are developed, that are built, should be to that criteria, 4-inch rock or whatever your criteria is. But when you have these roads, and there's a few of them out there that were old roads, old bed roads, I call, that people's traveled them for years, that there are multiple landowners there. I think that we shouldn't have them in the same category as having to put 4 inches of rock on that road because it's an existing road. They're not building that road. That road already exists and has some type of bed. Now, road bed in it, base in it. So, but still yet, they need to be at a criteria to where they have ditches, drainage, it needs culverts, they still have to pass that part of the criteria. They don't necessarily have to have 4 inches of rock on it with other words, a lot of stuff that a new development has to have. Because a lot of these roads somewhat have a ditch in it, If it didn't have a ditch, the road wouldn't be there. And so I think, me personally, I'm gonna use him, Mr. Sepulveda. His should be dealt with individually, road by road. You follow what I'm saying? And because some roads is going to have somewhat of a drainage on it, to where other roads don't.
and I didn't want
I think they need to be treated by road, and to be brought up to a spec like we have, and it had to be a joint deal. It's not that we're going to go in and dig the ditches and put the culverts in for them. They will have to do part of that too. They would have to help put the drainages in if it didn't meet your criteria. That's just my thoughts.
on Mr. Spovido's road, after I went to thinking about it and just hearing all the old people talk, when they lived there years ago before the lake came in, the lake pushed them out.
Mhm.
And that road come off Hess Road, it went through the lake on that side, and then it crossed and went across the main lake and come out on, done went blank now, off of Carter's Ferry. It come back out. So that road went in there and fart after his place. And it was, at the end, that was 2 parish roads. You come out, what's the first road on the right? Not Twin Springs, the one back on Twin. Hummingbird. That Hummingbird went and tied in, right past his place where y'all met, that road fart. One come out at Hummingbird, one come back out at JD's over on Hess Road. So, I mean, they parish roads on other ends where the lake didn't cut them out. So, I mean, and he don't know that. I guess, well, he knows that, but that's.
Okay, well, this is a slippery slope we're on here. And I know we've got a lot in our district as far as hunting trails or bike trails, cattle trails or whatever. But we have to be real careful on what criteria we're willing to accept. You can have multiple landowners back there, but not really much use to the public. So I'm a little reluctant to cut down. I realize if you have a dirt road, 2 ditches on the side, is that something we want to take in? Well, now that's limiting your resources, and we have, our district, very limited resources. So if we've got to start graveling those roads, and that's gravel we can't put on the roads we have now. So I'm just think we need to be real cautious on what we do here.
How much would it take to fix it for?
Well,
They ain't really asking for much of nothing but like a grade. I mean, just run a grader down there and grade it. I mean, they,
I'll say, yeah, I mean, to me, now you're asking.
What does it benefit?
really it's just to, I mean, the road's really there. I mean, they just mad because we stop here and don't go from here to Highway 6 right there, you know, a little further with the grader to get their other 2 or 3 driveways just to some camps down there, really.
And I think at some point in time or something, you know, just using different, over the last few years, you know, the parish kept a lot of these roads up, was going there and hit them once a year, years back, but then they stopped. You know, and that's whenever we came in, when the auditors come in and we had to clean our road log up. And we had to go through and say, you know, we had a criteria we went by that said, you know, is this a public use? Well, there's roads out there that I could say that's not really a public use. It goes to 3 or 4 landowners down there, but those are taxpaying citizens. So why don't they get their road done? They paying taxes. So why should, you know, and then you got a road over here that's the same thing, but it's a public road that's been worked for umpteen years. And they basically the same thing, but you telling this guy, I can't do yours, but this one here can get done. This one here can get done since it's already in the system. And, you know, and there's cases of that.
And that's kind of, on Teeter Road, that's kind of,
You know,
I mean,
you
after I
take
went
Peter
to
Road, you take,
banking, you know, they got a mile of road you work and ain't nobody lives on. But then when they get to their 4 or 5 camps down there on the end, we quit maintaining it for, you know, just what's the length of it? Maybe 1/10 maybe on the very end that they won't work. I mean, it'd be a limited,
I think it's 1,100 feet.
yeah, I mean, like 1,100 feet. And they say, well, y'all working a mile coming all the way down here, but then when y'all get to our driveways and, you know, our camps, then we quit working the road.
and that, you know, and it meets the criteria. There's multiple landowners there. But anyway, like I said, it's just something that we talked about. If it's something that this board, the road shop committee want to tweak is to you know, look at different options, or we'll keep it the same. But these are the options there. And like I said, it's
Could you say on this 1,100 feet, they could pass through there with a grader, but we're not rocking?
Which I think they done put a little rock. Have they put any rock? I ain't been down there in the last 2
well,
or
the
3
main
months.
thing on those
I
is
think they done
Just
put-
to help the landowner.
well, on those, it ain't so much to me.
No,
The biggest thing is for them to already have their drainages in there. They have to put some skin in the game if they want us to accept it in. We're just not gonna take a road that's been there 25 years and you got some 2 or 3 property lines where all of a
if you
sudden
do that, then you come over and do the road going to the
you
bar.
got to bring it up to some type of standards before we'll do that. You
How they
understand?
put some couple
if-
covers
but-
in.
But
How they put-
the requirements won't be as
But it,
stout as it is bringing in a new road, that you gotta have 4 inches of rock in, is all I'm saying.
Right.
I don't know if you did.
Do you think that's something we can do? If they come in and put skin in the game and,
Y'all can do that. There's no question about it. But, you know, as far as, you know, the comment that was made, like just grading the road, once it's in the parish system, it gets parish treatment, rock, culverts, everything.
everything?
And see, when we work a road, whatever we do that day is documented. We don't work on anything that's not a parish road. We did the other day by mistake, we worked on a road, it wasn't a road, we beat ourselves up for it, we messed up. But, you know, every day we document everything we do, and we assign a cost to that job. So we can't go out and work on this, it's just running greater now because it's not a parish road.
You're right.
We have to.
And 30 years ago, they just did it.
Well,
They blade your driveway, you know? But we can't do it no more.
No,
I mean, that's, yeah, time has changed since we've been here. We
Since
all
we've
came
been
in
here.
together and I saw it change. I
I mean, we went,
And
we
like
was free
this,
game
if
when
we
it
were-
came in.
If we were to go down this, and I know this is not the agenda item, this road is not the agenda item, but we're just using it as an example. If we were to send a grader down this road, it'd be, we just be rolling
Open
sand
up a can
around.
of worms.
We just, we'd be rolling sand around and getting in the mud hole, and,
Making it worse than what it is now.
Loosening it up.
and there's not a lot of drainage, it's a trail that goes back into the woods.
I had a road to my barn, got a culvert, got black rock on it, which I don't like. We hit it too.
But to us, Parish Road, whatever y'all say, Parish Road.
but I guess my point of saying is that every road, you should have a criteria that you got your drainage, if it needs covers, and he should be able to go and look at this road and say, okay, you need a culvert here, or you need to replace this culvert, or you need, ditches here. They have to help, and then we accept that road in, because it's on the flip side of that. You have some residents or some people that their road was never in the system. They maintained it themselves, them and their landowner beside them or whatever, they maintained these roads all these years themselves. Well, now they up in age, but they can't get on a tractor no more. The road's a pretty decent road. I've had cases where, well, look, man, would y'all take my road in? Well, it's not really a bad road to take in, because it's in good shape. But with what we got now, with those people, their roads won't ever be in it. They got roads that's better shape than some of the ones that we got. But you run into a few of those cases. So that's why I say each one of these cases should be looked into and treated case by case.
I mean, and
But have an overview.
I would
We've
agree
seen
with
pictures of
that.
this particular road and it looks like a.
Now, I'm not talking about that particular road. I'm talking about any.
Any road.
Well, that's what I think. We gotta be consistent throughout the parish of what we're gonna do, what we're gonna accept. And I think when you start making exceptions to what we have in place, you either have to change the rules that we're playing by, or we have to enforce them, one or the other. It's gonna be very hard, I think, to go on a strictly case-by-case basis, but I agree with you. We do need to be able, we need some leeway somewhere to
Right.
be able to take
So-
some of these in. And I guess this committee will decide whether or not to move forward and present it to the
And
board.
I'm with K-Ball on that.
So say if, I keep using this guy, which I could use 10
Right.
more, but I'm gonna use him since y'all seen the pictures of his road.
Right, we have seen,
You have seen the pictures. We
correct.
know the length, we know everything, but we're gonna use this one as an example. So if Mr. Sepulveda comes in and gets with Bobby, say, look, I want this road brought in, and this is what I'm gonna do. So he hires a dozer man, hires somebody to come in, fix the road, put drainages in it, and then he said, well, I want it in can you accept in the system? Why couldn't we do it then?
We can do it.
He had skin in the game.
Absolutely.
But
can
that's
do it
my
then.
point. He's
But
put
he's
skin
met
in
the
the game.
criteria as far as what we have in place.
That's what I'm.
Once he meets the criteria, I have no.
Except-
Do it. Now, we do
Except
have a
the 4
2-year
inches of rock that's supposed to be on that road that the criteria says it got, it don't need 4 inches of rock.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Y'all haven't lived till you live through a legislative auditor audit. Now, what y'all are saying is true. What they come and look at on the road is the criteria that we've adopted. And if it fits that criteria when they audit it, that's fine. If it's an exception to it, we're gonna get hammered. So what y'all are saying is you want to change or amend the criteria so that you have new roads that have to have 4-inch rock, such and such culvert size, this, that, and other. And then you say, well, if we have existing roads, we'll have these criteria. As long as those criteria for a new road or an existing road, which can be different, are followed, the legislative auditor doesn't have anything to say.
Well, that's what we
That's
need to
And
do.
that's fine.
That's
I mean,
kind of what,
I know that's what y'all are saying, but that means we're gonna have to have
Two different.
2 different criteria
Right.
for new development and
for
existing.
existing development.
And I think that new
Now-
development, that criteria needs to be hit hard, because a lot of these guys that's going out there developing this land, getting the money, and then
not
they
paying the
want
road.
to leave, and
Hey,
leave
hey,
them
hey,
people
hey.
hanging
They
Then,
build them
whoever's
cheap as
voting
they
district
can.
they in, then we getting hammered.
But now, be careful, because if you start looking at camp houses, that's not residents. You know, these people that you're talking about paying their taxes is true. They've got a residence somewhere.
Now,
And,
But they're a property owner though. Our criteria says property owner, right? Or not?
Yeah,
it says both,
Oh, it says both resident or property owner?
multiple residences, and number 4, and 5, multiple landowners.
Well,
we need to look.
yeah, we need to,
Yeah.
if we're gonna,
Do a little-
and like I said, this is
Mr.
something
Bill,
we
how
don't
we
have
gonna
to
word
do
it?
today.
I worded it up.
Just look at it and, you know,
Yeah, we need
I
to,
got my views.
need to
Bruce
see the
there got their
acceptance
views.
criteria right now as it's written, and then, as Bill says, because I think if I'm hearing you correctly, you might want to change the 2 years of maintenance also for existing roads. So
Yes.
they come to us
Yes,
certain
yes.
standard,
Right.
which drainage and all, which you
Yeah.
may want to reduce that
That's more
time
like the
frame.
new development, we need to keep that in
Two
place.
years.
And on the
You
new
take
de-
over one of these roads and you go in there,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have any gravel on it, the first thing they're gonna want is gravel, and then we've got to spend out of our budgets, now we have to gravel this road.
And one of the criterias on the new development is, and I know Bobby, we visited this issue before, is the quality of rock that they put in there to build these roads. And then they come in and hand them over to us where it ain't nothing there.
Right.
You know, and that's one of the issues that, you know, even if you got 4 inches of rock on top, if you ain't got nothing on the base, it ain't gonna last long. And we've seen it happen.
The 2-year waiting period is, I hope that's something that you all.
No, I'm good with
Oh,
that.
no, yeah,
I'm
on
good
the
with
new,
that.
yeah, new development. We
Yeah.
definitely
Because
need
that 2 years is gonna show what kind of road they built.
Exactly.
Time they put in sewer systems,
Yeah, if the
build
road's
houses,
there-
them concrete trucks coming, yeah, that more like that woman had.
It'll show in your drainage structures, it'll show all your erosion around the core and stuff. Most everybody's built on 5, it'll now.
But like I said, it's just something we can, you know, we talked about tweaking at it.
Mr. Bell can tweak it on.
Bird, if you got any ideas, any committee, or not, anyone, any jury that has any ideas or input on this, let's kind of work on this and see what we can come up with something. And, you know, here in the next few months, we may all agree on doing something.
Hey, and I'll send y'all the criteria.
Sound good?
Let's kiss it.
Whenever Mr. Bill gets time to, put that on Ally, Mr. Bill.
I will.
Yeah.
She can handle it.
Sounds like a
She's
great
she's
job.
young, she's running
Kiss it.
young.
That's you.
Yeah.
She got
plenty of
plenty of
energy,
fuel.
plenty
She
of
keeps a
energy.
full
That's it.
tank.
That's it.
All right.
All that pre-workout keeps them going.
But we appreciate it, I do anyway.
No,
On item 13, operations. We got anything under operations? Item 13.
I don't think it's something interesting, but no.
Spraying. When they start.
Don't know.
Is this the same company that done it last year?
That's the one we talked to.
Someone
about
else
y'all.
want to be at this year.
This is the company
Year
that did
before.
it 2 years, year before last. Last 2 years before.
But they have been in contact with you to get a schedule on this?
And it's, I think June, but I don't want to answer. you.
No, I think he said.
June before they start spraying?
May, June.
He's waiting on you.
You done cut it 2 times. Time June gets here.
You know you can tell him what
I won't
day
need
to
him,
start.
to.
I'm texting right
I
now.
got something under operation.
We need, Bobby, and like I said, you may
what about the old lady?
You may,
You ever did hers?
feel different on this, but I think we need to start spraying
Oh,
before
no,
June.
I'm supposed to do that.
A lot of, I can only speak for my
I said,
district.
you go ahead and put them in.
A lot of my stuff is already done being bush hog, thinking
Yeah, I
that
went, you know,
probably
you told me I went out
April,
there,
May,
she
we'll get
told
some
me at the
spraying
time
done.
you got through.
I just texted you.
But if we wait till June, that stuff's gonna have to cut it again. They gonna have to cut it again.
They got a lot of rock grass, it's gonna be dead by June.
So, but anyway. Anything else? Yes, sir.
I got something I just want to let Bobby know and everybody in here to listen since we don't, you know, Billy Road, covered out at the entrance. All right. You know, we dug that up to get it to drain. It ain't drained, which they put it on Facebook. It ain't drained in 15, 16 years. And look what the road crew done. Come tore our road up, dug the road up and put a new cover. And I'm thinking,
And we're fixing to put a new apron on it.
put a new apron for asphalt. And they mad, and they said, well, look what, you know, the road crew done. They tore our road up and put a cover. It ain't drained in 15 plus years. They had it on Facebook. And I went out there with the 3 or 4 inch rain the other evening. After we got it, water was shooting out. And I said, these people's gotta be joking. And they said it themselves. Why are they working on a road? Tore a new road up. Well, it wasn't a new road. Tore a road up, dug it up to put the cover because it ain't drained in 15 plus years. And now it's working like it should. And we're gonna, Bobby and his crew's gonna asphalt over the asphalt crew. And that's just the people for you.
Hopefully they'll be satisfied when they get the apron done. They'll be able to burn rubber.
Right.
It'd be something.
It'll be
Why
something.
didn't they do the rest of the road?
Well, that's exactly. That'd be because they didn't do the rest of the road.
Mhm.
Me and Bobby got hammered on that on Shady Lane. We done it up to where the people live. And we said, well, everybody that lives back there, then they'll be happy because they can travel out. But no, they was mad because they didn't get in front of the house.
I need to have one thing. I just let y'all know that Monday we have, the working group coming out. That's the parent company of Vogel, and they're coming out to, send a trainer, to train our asphalt crew. We're gonna just get a couple days of extensive training. We lost a couple of people on crew. So we have, Lathan coming in, and we're gonna get everybody together. We're gonna be on floors, laying out of sight, out of mind, off the main road. We'll be laying asphalt within the train by, trainer. And he's coming out. We talked to him this morning. He's gonna come out. He's gonna look at some of the, he's just gonna help us out a lot that day.
We getting a trainer for the lay down.
For some new guys. On the pilings, those, now the bridge that they working on is the first bridge that they closed. And they gonna be able to make those repairs, permanent repairs? That, I mean, repairs that.
They will be making repairs to allow that bridge to be reopened.
Okay, in other words, it'll pass inspection.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if any of y'all guys, Barry's probably familiar with it, but that's a neat operation they got there, and hopefully using that group will help us financially keep some of these bridges from a lot of expensive repairs by going in and doing
He
what
tell
they
you
do.
his whole story of how he came about, how he got his process approved with the state. Just, that guy hustled. He made it happen. And he's doing well for it. But he did a really, it was interesting to me.
I gave you the list of all the jobs that he had done since they had started. Me and Bird, that was me and you had seen him down at the state convention, and they showed us the process that they do on splicing those pilings together, which, man, would be a humongous savings. So hopefully they'll be able to help us on a lot of those bridge areas and down in y'all's area.
They didn't do like me, go in there and bolt some greater blades on each side.
Works though, doesn't it? Worked for a lot of years.
But hopefully we'll be able to use those people in the future. So anyway, just
I like
touching
that
on that.
fiberglass they put around.
That's pretty neat, man.
Fiberglass. That's, they make.
Any other things in operation?
They wrap it.
All right,
Fiberglass.
I have a motion, we adjourn.
Make that motion.
Motion by Bird,
Second.
second by Eric.
Buddy, we got you today.
All in favor? All opposed? All right, motion carried. All right, thank you, guys.
I got
Did you give Pete one of these?
Yeah, I did.